Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jay Cohn.
And I'm Jeanelle Slade. We are just 24 hours until President Trump lands in the Magic City.
And tonight, local law enforcement unveils its plans to keep things in order.
Be patient, listen to instructions. We'll clear traffic as quickly as we can.
Ahead of this week's presidential visit, the latest on where you can go, where you can't, and for how long. Turns out the president will be spending the night in Billings.
More time in Billings for the president means more disruption for Billings drivers. Take a look at this map. North is on the right-hand side of your screen. You can see the DoubleTree Hotel in the center of the screen where the president will spend the evening. Starting at 2 p.m. tomorrow, Montana Avenue and First Avenue North between North 26th and North 28th will be closed to vehicles but open to foot traffic. Authorities will check vehicles at North 27th, just north of First Avenue North. Now, the DoubleTree Hotel's parking garage will be closed to the public, but open to guests. However, vehicles will be subject to search.
Now, we're told Air Force One will touch down here in Billings at 5:30 tomorrow evening, about this time tomorrow night. And then the presidential motorcade will travel down Highway 3. As it does, each intersection will be closed for roughly 15 minutes. The bench connector from Lake Elmo to Main Street will be closed for the duration of the event for the Metro Park Thursday night.
So pack your patience is the message tonight from Billings Police Chief Rich St. John as the city prepares for as many as 10,000 people to attend the president's rally. St.
John advises drivers to stay alert if you plan to be in downtown Billings. There will be police roadblocks and officers at each turn to direct you where to go. But again, the message from police: expect delays.
It's going to be a little bit of a delay while the route is cleared and while that motorcade is moving, but they get from point A to point B pretty quickly, and it's not that big of a delay. But we time and time again see people just say, well, I just need to go over there, I just need to go over there, so they're cutting through parking lots, they're dashing across the street.
So 100 Billings police officers expected to be on duty for this week's presidential visit. And when it comes to paying for those officers, it all comes from taxpayer dollars.
Now, Chief St. John says historically Billings has not seen expenses like this before. In fact, the city is still trying to figure out how to get costs reimbursed from Vice President Mike Pence's visit to Billings in July.
Now, if you can't attend the rally tomorrow evening, but you want to watch it, well, Q2 has you covered.
From his arrival to his rally and his departure Friday morning, we'll have full reports on air and online, including analysis from the field and in studio.
So stay tuned to Q2, KTVQ.com, and our Facebook page. Full details on road closures, the landing of Air Force One, and of course Thursday night's rally at the Metro, all beginning tomorrow.
As the GOP gains steam for its campaign, Senate candidate and current state auditor Matt Rosendale is using Trump's support to his advantage. Rosendale is seeking to unseat incumbent Democrat Jon Tester. The nation watching anxiously because these races will change the face of the Senate for the next 2 years. A Rosendale win would add another Republican to an already majority seat within the Senate. The president has been touring the nation, campaigning for conservative candidates, hoping to keep that power in the Senate. Meanwhile, Democrats are pushing hard to take control back to their side. Rosendale sat down with MTN today and says his focus is what's best for Montana.
The people of Montana expect someone to go to Washington, D.C. and to do the work that they tell us back here that they're going to do. And Jon Tester hasn't done that. And that's why President Trump is coming out here to set the record straight and to support my campaign.
Rosendale previously ran for the U.S. Senate in 2014. This year's election, again, November 6th.
MTN chief political reporter Mike Dennison has been fact-checking the contents of the TV ads in Montana's top races this year. And tonight, Mike takes a closer look at the newest Jon Tester ad, the ad that accuses Matt Rosendale with money laundering, among other things.
This ad is paid for and produced by the campaign of Democratic U.S. Senator Jon Tester. Here's how it opens.
As Montana's insurance commissioner, Matt Rosendale's been busy running a money laundering scheme, dodging campaign finance laws and stuffing his own pocket.
Well, not really. What Rosendale did is ask campaign donors to help pay off personal loans that he made to his unsuccessful 2014 campaign for the U.S. House. Several did so, and in the process gave Rosendale's Senate campaign more than the $5,400 per person limit. That's allowed as long as the extra pays off the old debt. Rosendale used some of that money to pay off part of the debt, but then loaned the same amount back to his Senate campaign in May. Rosendale's campaign notes correctly that he hasn't violated any campaign finance law or rule and reported it all publicly. The campaign also denounced the tester ad, saying it falsely insinuates Rosendale did something wrong. The ad also makes these charges,
including raising over $16,000 from insurance executives on a junket to Florida. Then cut himself a check to his personal account when he got back to Montana.
That junket was a conference of workers' compensation insurers, where Rosendale made a presentation in May of last year. He did raise the money from insurance executives and used it to pay off part of the personal loan he made to his 2014 campaign. Again, nothing illegal or against any rule, and it's all in public records. It's also worth noting that Tester's campaign has accepted plenty from insurance interests in the past 18 months, at least $193,000, according to the Center for Responsive Politics. Perhaps a more pertinent question is, when it comes to health care and health insurance, where do these two candidates stand, and how does that affect Montanans? That's a story we'll be doing later this month as part of our campaign coverage. Reporting from Helena, Mike Dennison, MTN News.
And you can watch Mike Dennison's stories that break down this year's political ads all on our website at ktvq.com.
In other news tonight, a Glendive woman who allegedly left her 2-year-old in the car overnight while she went to a party says she's not guilty for the child's death. Via video, Ashley Howard pleaded not guilty to the charge of negligent homicide in front of a Cascade County judge today. Court documents state the toddler was left in a vehicle June 25th through the 26th. Howard allegedly went to a party after a fight with her boyfriend but did not bring the child in from the car. After about 15 hours, she returned to find the little boy hot, sweaty, and struggling to breathe. He was flown from Glendive to Billings with a body temperature of 107, but was removed from life support a short time later. She is held in the Dawson County Detention Facility tonight on $100,000 bond. Howard's trial is set for April 15th.
Still to come on tonight's 5:30 News, when you take amber waves, purple mountains, and the blue skies, well, it paints a rather pretty picture. In a moment, we'll meet an artist who has captured it all.
And later in sports, your playoff-bound Mustangs tell us why they were able to catch fire the second half of this season.
And coming up in weather, if your travel plans take you to Billings for the Donald Trump rally, well, we'll tell you what you can expect while you're standing in line. We'll have the latest and your forecast in a few more minutes.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Cohn and Jeanelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Green. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.